And they're not the same person. They're not the same person by personality. There's two types of people. There's two types of entrepreneurs, if you will. We call them the visionary and the implementer. Okay, the visionaries are the Steve Jobs of the world, right? You always hear about them, right? They're the people that dream, that think, that creates, right? They're like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I mean, they're the guy, they're the ideal guy. What most people don't realize is that there is such thing as the implementer or integrator, right? Depending on the person who makes it happen, the person who take that dream and then turn it into tasks, right? And then actually doing it and making it happen. And they're not the same person. They're not the same person by personality. Most entrepreneurs, when they start out, they have a certain level of execution and a certain level of grit. That's why they can, turn a dream into action, right? But then as the company gets bigger, you will always find these two types of people. And what most people don't understand is, and I didn't understand this in the beginning, was that everybody sees, the general public sees the visionary, right? The Mark Zuckerberg, the Steve Jobs of the world. And then, Tim Cook and whoever the Facebook number 2 guy is. You see how I don't know that, you don't know who they are, right? But they're the people that makes it happen. They're the people that make it possible, right? Make it into a reality. And this is, I don't know how true this statistic is, but this is what people say. For every 7 visionary, there's 1 integrator, 1 implementer. So if yesterday I just had my entrepreneur group, right? I'm part of EO, and we just had our forum meeting. And almost every forum meeting I've been to, somebody is on the search, or any entrepreneur meeting I go to, somebody's on the search for this implementer, this number 2, this second in command, because it's so hard and they're so valuable because they're the person that are able to make it happen. And most people don't realize that. I always say this when I meet someone or a young entrepreneur, new entrepreneur, I'm like, who are you? Are you the visionary or are you the implementer? Because if you're the visionary, that's great, but there's a lot of you. There are a lot of dreamers out there, right?
Are there any rare cases that you've come across where you've met one person that is both?
Oh, super rare. Super rare, but I do, because in fact, I don't know if I ever told you about this, but my forum mate, Eileen, she's the COO of this bracelet company, shoelace bracelet company called Rastaclad. They're super popular.
Oh, I've seen that.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen the ads. Okay.
Yeah. So, and she is one of the most badass entrepreneur that I know. And I think she is an implementer and a visionary, but few and far between. The funny thing is, I know so many entrepreneurs, and she's the first person that comes to mind, immediately, that's both. And I cannot think of anyone else. And I know at least 100, if not 200 entrepreneurs. So you can see how rare they are. I know some people that are implementers, some number 2s, and they get fought over for it. Because, you get 10, 20 companies and people are just dying for that person that makes it happen. And you don't learn about this. When you're a kid, when you're just starting out, you're like, yeah, I'm the visionary, I'm the entrepreneur, I'm the guy who has all the ideas. And then it's until when you're trying to get those ideas and make it happen, you're like, oh man, I need help. And that number 2 person, that COO, the person who makes it happen, is so crucial.